Welcome back, guys. In this video we're going to start posing our character and rendering him. So let's start off by getting an interesting pose. So we're going to select our rig. Let's go to pose mode and let's have some fun with this. You guys can go on Google and find any type of pose you guys want. You don't have to do the one that I'm choosing, but if you want to follow along, that's always an option. I'm thinking of maybe having the hands crossed. So what I'm going to do is select the hand control, pressing G to move it up. I'm going to position this like so. I'll grab the arrow to control the elbows direction. I'm going to do the same for the opposite hand. I want them to be crossed to give them the sense of attitude. And if you want to see it better, you can also change the renderer or turn it off if you think that it's hard to see, because we have a red shirt, red gloves, and it's hard to see the red hand control. You got that. We can exaggerate the hips to give it a little style. If you rotate the hips, you know that this foot needs to help it balance. So we're going to angle this, use our move tool, and we just move it this way. And we can grab the shoulder controls and maybe rotate this to give it a little more style. Move the head down, maybe angle it. We have the neck control too, which we can give that quagmire look. And grab the body control, and you could also move it down so we have a little bit of weight for our character. Or if you want, you can also have the hand just wave. So maybe we'll do that. We'll make the hand wave. So let's rotate this. We'll bring the shoulder up. He might look a little feminine, but I think it's fine for what we need it for. And let's rotate the elbows as well. Let's bring this up higher. And we have the finger controls as well, which we can just press S. Let's bring these out. Hey, we're number 1. We can do that. We can go back to our renderer, our preview render. We can select our character's mesh. We can go to the shape keys and we can just choose an expression that looks super cool. Close the mouth. And let's go back to our rig, and I want to change the hands position for this right his left arm. Maybe put it on the hips. Rotate this, bring it up, make it rest on the hips. Grab our finger control here. And we can then rotate the elbows. This looks cool. So we have our pose done. Let's exit pose mode. Let's go to preview shading and let's press 0 to enter the camera. So now that we're in our camera, what we can do is go to if you don't have the view menu up, you can press N to make this pop up. And what you want to do is, since we're pressed 0, we're now looking inside our camera, but if you move to rotate around the scene, you leave the camera. So press 0 to go back to the camera, and you can check this right here. Camera to view. Now we lock the camera inside our viewport. So we're going to just angle this to position it a bit better. Once you found a pose or a perspective you like, you can uncheck this. And let's just hide our rig for now. And here to the right is our renderer. So this is the viewport shading renderer. And we can get a preview of what we're actually looking at. So let's go to the render properties here. This is the camera icon. And right now we're using Eevee. So we're going to toggle between Eevee and cycles. So let's first light this in Eevee. So we're going to choose our light that's already here. Or you can just delete this light. We can press Shift A on the viewport, go to light. We can add a sun. And we can angle this sun to come from any direction. Let's press G to bring it up. You can rotate it. Once you found the lighting positioning you like, you can go to the object data properties of the light. And you can up the strength or down it. I think it starts off at like 100 or 1,000 or something like that. Bring it down to about 10. And then you can gradually go down if it's too bright. You also have the color option here, which you can change your lighting color. That's good, and you can up the strength a bit. And since we have the light, this primary light lighting the scene, what we can do is go back to the render properties and we can turn on ambient occlusion, and we can just up this or down it. Bloom is also here, which makes it look super dreamy. You just have to lower the threshold, but it may be too much. So have some fun with that. Change the color to any color that looks, super dashing in your opinion. And then we can add even a background. We can press Shift A, go to Mesh, add a plane, press S to scale this up. We can just scale this like so. Let's rotate around. We can press Tab to enter edit mode. Go to Edge Select. Select this back edge here. Press E to extrude. Right click to cancel the movement, and we can press G and Z to move it up in the Z axis. But let's right click. Let's toggle off proportional editing. Now let's try that again. Let's hit G and press Z. Now we can select this edge here that intersects between the wall and the floor. We can press Control B to bevel it. And once you move it out, you can middle mouse scroll up to add some subdivisions to it. And right now we're creating what we call a backdrop. So let's left click to confirm that, press Tab to exit, edit mode and go back to the object level, and we're going to right click on this and go to shade smooth. Now if you press 0, you'll go back into your camera view, and let's select our plane and let's give it a material. We give it like an orange. You can really pick any color you want. This purple looks kind of cool. Let's change the roughness, dial that up. We'll rotate this plane or backdrop over a bit, as well as we can change the light, the sunlight, if it's too drastic. And you can also change the angle at which it's coming in. This looks kind of cool here. Once you're satisfied, we can add more light to the scene. We can press Shift A, go to light. We can add a point light, which is like an omni light if you're used to like Maya or Max, which lets light emit in a circular formation. So kind of like how a sun lights, it goes in all directions. And you can up the power. Bring this closer to the face. Look back in our camera, and we can just move this around so we can properly light our character. You can duplicate the light by pressing Shift D. We can just reposition this somewhere else. And let's grab this sunlight that we have, and we're going to hit Shift D to duplicate it. And I want to have this light coming from a different direction, maybe behind the character. Let's also change the color as well, maybe like a orange. Change the strength. Let's make this actually like a reddish color. So now we have red on the left and blue on the right. And it looks okay. What I'm gonna do is go back to the render properties and let's change it from Eevee to cycles. Here's more of a realistic style of rendering, and that's my preference actually. It makes it look, twice as good for whatever reason. But you can get good results in Eevee as well, but it's not gonna hit the correct balance lighting like cycles will. And you can even select your character with the materials, and you can up the subsurface scatter to make it absorb a little bit more lighting. You can change your color to whatever you want. This looks good, so let's toggle off the overlays and let's see how this looks so far. Actually looks really good. And let's just get rid of this backdrop for a second to see how it looks without it. And if you want this to be transparent, like a transparent background, what you could do is go back to the render properties, go down to where it says film, and you can just check transparent. This looks good here. And once you're ready to render, you can hit F12 on the keyboard, or you can go to render image. But let's go over a couple of attributes of the renderer really quick. You can change how many samples we have. Right now it's at 4K, 4096, but you can change that to closer to maybe 200, as well as the max samples for the viewport. Now when you press F12, it's going to render out an image and it won't take as long. Alright guys, our render is now complete. Hopefully you guys learned something, you like it. Play around with it so you can get a result that's maybe beyond the scope of the course. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.